Elon Musk says a cheaper Tesla is coming sooner than most people think, and the internet instantly morphed that into something louder, a secret Model 2 with wild butterfly doors. Great for thumbnails, not so great for buyers trying to make a real decision. So let's separate what's confirmed from what's click drama, because the truth here is actually more useful if you're shopping. Start with what Tesla actually told investors. The company began building a more affordable model and aims to make it widely available toward year-end. Crucially, this is not a brand new car. It's essentially a pared-back Model Y, trimmed for cost so it can land at a friendlier price without waiting years for a clean sheet platform. That's how you move units this year instead of writing promises on a roadmap. Multiple outlets echo the same message from the recent call. Cheaper Tesla? Yes. Model 2? No. Availability in Q4 is the working target. If that's the reality, why does the Model 2 myth keep trending? Because rumor fills silence. Fans have dreamed about a $25,000 Tesla for years. Add sleek renders, dramatic voiceovers, and the occasional leak, and soon, maybe, reads like confirmed. It doesn't help that in 2024, a widely cited report claimed Tesla scrapped a low-cost car to chase a robo-taxi instead. Then follow-up suggested internal confusion about what was canceled and what was rescoped. In short, it's been noisy. But on the latest call, Tesla pointed straight back to its existing lineup for the near-term affordable play. That's the signal. Everything else is fog. Now about those butterfly doors. They're cinematic, and they absolutely showed up on robo-taxi concepts. Reports around Tesla's Cybercab reveal and preview coverage tied butterfly-style or gull-wing-style doors to an autonomy showcase, not to a budget family car. That's a different purpose, a different cost structure, and a different timeline. Exotic doors add parts, ceiling complexity, and repair risk. They're fun on a prototype. They're a headache on a mass-market model under price pressure. If you've watched the Model X saga, you already get it. Dramatic doors create dramatic engineering challenges. For the affordable push, Tesla's goal is the opposite: simplify. So what will buyers actually see? Think decontented Model Y. That means swapping or removing some premium materials, trimming convenience features, and likely pairing the base trim with an LFP battery or a smaller pack to hit the target sticker. Early write-ups and sightings point to no panoramic glass roof and simplified interior bits. The likely price neighborhood many outlets cite, mid-30,000s before incentives, not the mythical 25,000. Not a fireworks number, but very plausible under today's material and labor costs, and far more likely to appear on an actual Monroney sticker. But isn't Tesla supposed to revolutionize manufacturing with a whole new process? Yes, and that's the other storyline. Tesla's Unboxed method promises faster build times and lower costs by assembling large modules in parallel before they come together on the main line. It's bold, and it could reshape future models. For this near-term affordable car, though, reporting indicates Tesla will lean on existing lines to move faster and reduce risk. Translation: save the moonshot for later. Cut costs now with the classic playbook. Simplify, standardize, scale. That's less flashy than a new factory choreography, but it's how you actually ship cars in Q4. Why the rush? Because the market won't wait. Tesla's growth has hit turbulence. Rivals are flooding segments with cheaper EVs and hybrids, and incentives are a moving target. A cheaper, simpler Model Y gives Tesla a volume lever this year, while the autonomy and robotics story holds investor attention for future years. If you strip away the spin, that's the play. Keep the pipeline warm now, keep the dream big later. Here's how to spot real progress while the rumor mill keeps grinding. First, watch for factory-linked sightings, repeated details from different sources, tied to known plants, not a single glossy render. Second, scan regulatory breadcrumbs like EPA range summaries and NHTSA filings. They often reveal battery, motor, or weight changes before marketing does. Third, listen for earnings call verbs shifting from planning to in production and available. Right now, coverage of the most recent call lines up in production and aiming for wider availability in Q4, and it's a cheaper Model Y. Let's talk about what likely gets trimmed, because that's what you'll feel every day. Expect fewer soft-touch surfaces in low-contact areas, a simpler audio setup, manual seat adjustments in the base trim, fewer ambient lighting flourishes, and perhaps fewer sensors or cameras if engineering deems them non-critical to core functions. The HVAC filter may drop from HEPA to a simpler spec. You may also see software limited capacity, a lower base range that Tesla can upsell later with a paid unlock, aligning production simplicity with revenue flexibility. None of this destroys the Tesla experience. It just pulls money out of the parts bin to push the price down. What about range? If the base uses LFP chemistry, expect predictable charging behavior and longevity, plus a comfort zone for frequent 100% charges. The trade-off is specific energy. A smaller pack means tighter range on the window sticker. That's less headline-worthy, but LFP is robust, affordable, and proven at scale, which is exactly what you want when you're selling more for less. If you see a base range that looks conservative, it may be intentional, because software unlocks are part of the modern EV toolbox. Now, the elephant shaped like a door. Some viewers still want the "why not butterfly doors on a cheap car" answer. Think physics, weather, and wallets. Dramatic openings increase hinge loads, sealing surfaces, and potential leak paths. They also complicate low-temperature behavior and repairability. That's acceptable if the car is a showcase. It's a liability if the car is a budget workhorse. Robo-taxi prototypes can flirt with extreme door designs because they're marketing and experience. A value trim Model Y is marketing predictability. The fastest way to go mainstream is still a simple door that opens the same way in a Buffalo blizzard and a Phoenix summer. There's also the brand psychology angle, and it matters. If Tesla drags the entry point down to the mid-30Ks while keeping the software, the updates, and the supercharger network, buyers who were on the fence suddenly feel like they're getting something aspirational for less. That feeling drives foot traffic. The moment a neighbor parks one in the driveway, cross-shoppers who were leaning towards Camry or CR-V start to reconsider. That's how value spreads across a zip code, quietly at first, then quickly. Competitors will have to reshuffle trims, strip options, or sweeten financing to keep up. Expect a year of chess moves. Let's zoom out to why Model 2 rumors fused with the robo-taxi story. In 2024, Tesla hyped an autonomy event and unveiled concepts for a two-seat cybercab with butterfly-style or gull-wing doors and no steering wheel, pitching a future where you tap a ride and the car arrives driverless. That was never the budget family car. It was a vision piece. When creators spliced those images into affordable Tesla videos, two narratives merged. It happens online all the time. The fix is simple. Treat the robo-taxi as a separate branch of the story, an ambitious one that won't determine what you can buy this year. Okay? Bring it back to your driveway. Here's the practical buyer checklist as Q4 approaches. If the affordable Model Y lands near the mid-30Ks and you qualify for any remaining credits, your monthly math changes fast. You won't get every bell and whistle, but you'll keep the app, the updates, and the charging network 3 things that make ownership feel modern long after the showroom glow fades. If cabin drama is your top priority, a glass roof delete might bug you. If your priority is range per dollar and reliability, you'll likely be fine with sensible trims and sturdy materials. And in case you're wondering, the car that changes your daily life rarely needs a party trick. It needs a price that finally says yes. How do you avoid getting burned by rumors between now and launch? Favor documents over vibes, earnings decks, call transcripts, EPA/NHTSA entries. Those are the North Star. Be skeptical of lone spy shots with no location context or mismatched reflections. Cross-check dates. If someone claims available next month, but the company just said Q4, that video is selling excitement, not accuracy. If a feature would obviously add cost and complexity, ask whether it fits a cost-down strategy. Most of the time, the simplest answer wins. There's a final market wrinkle, and it explains Tesla's timing. Beyond pricing, the brand is juggling a shifting buyer base and messy politics around EVs. Some regions cooled, some incentives changed, and competitors squeezed the middle. A cheaper Model Y is a defensive and offensive tool at once. It protects share while turning window shoppers into owners. Meanwhile, the Unboxed vision and the autonomy roadmap keep investors engaged. 2 timelines, 1 company. If both lanes progress, near-term trims now, next-gen production, and robo-taxis later, Tesla keeps mindshare while it stabilizes the base. So, here's the clean takeaway you can repeat to your friends without getting dragged. The big internet story, Model 2 exposed, butterfly doors revealed, isn't the 2025 story. The useful story is quieter. Affordability first, fantasy later. If you wanted a Tesla but balked at the price, Q4 might be your moment. Watch for credible factory-linked sightings, watch the filings, and ignore renders that look like movie props. The car that matters is the one you can actually buy at a price you can actually pay. If the affordable Model Y lands on time and near the target, it won't break the internet. It'll do something better. It will show up in your neighbor's driveway. That's when the market moves. When a brand that defined EV cool resets the entry point, other automakers must answer fast, shuffling trims, cutting fluff, and pushing value. That's how a quiet pricing move becomes a loud market shift. And if you're still dreaming about doors that open like a sci-fi shuttle, keep your eye on the robo-taxi lane. That's where the radical door rumors started, and that's where they're most likely to live. For everyone else, the Tesla that changes your commute doesn't need wings. It needs to be affordable, available, and easy to live with. That's the revolution happening now. One last thought before you drive off into the sunset. If you see a headline claiming the $25,000 Tesla is back, read the second paragraph. Most of those pieces walk it back into cheaper Model Y by sentence 3. That's the tell. When you're ready to act on the boring sentence that keeps showing up across sources. It's a simpler Model Y, not a brand new Model 2, and it's targeting wide availability in Q4. Boring wins when it's your money on the line.